we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live, show number 2340. 2,340. We're live here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City, right out from Best Buy on a rainy, obviously, been raining, will continue to rain. Rainy Wednesday, it's hump day, it's church night. Pleasant Beach Baptist Church, you know, church home, we'd love for you to come be with us. So we're lined up, ready to go. Stephen Harden, brand new coach, University High basketball coach, is on board to be our guest. Also, Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, will be along. Mr. Baseball, Greg Sire, will be along too. And we got maybe a surprise guest or two for you a little bit later on in the show. So all that and more right here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City, where again you have the Dragonfly and the Peach milkshakes and Sunjoys, and the Dragonflies gone on Monday. Cherry Berry comes in as a new sandwich. The Pretzel Club coming in as well, Chick-fil-A. So big change. Seasons are changing, of course, slowly but surely. We're not out of the woods yet for hot weather. We still got the rest of August, dog days. So far, no foggy August mornings. We're into the, 13th day of the month? So we're almost halfway through, so no foggy August mornings so far. So that represents, in Grandma's eyes back in the day, no snowstorms yet. Every foggy August morning, a blanket-wide fog would be represent. Grandma used to say for every foggy August morning you get a snowstorm. So far, no foggy mornings. So far, no snow. Now, we got obviously several more days, only the 13th day of the month. We got more days to see if that happens. We're going to pay tribute to a gentleman who was a very, very kind gentleman who passed away. I did not know this. Bart Lyons told me, sent me a text. We're going to do that after the national anthem. So it, again, will drive home the point. It did for me. Kind of got to me, really, that we are just passing through what we think is important. And the fussing and the squabbling and things we think are important at the end of the day ain't important. And we'll talk about that. Here's Jennifer Nettles, and we also got a lot of sports coming up. Baseball, Mr. Baseball will be here at the top of the hour. Andrew Smith will be here coming up in a few minutes, along with Stephen Harden, the new coach at University High, coming over from Leeds McRae in Blowing Rock at the college level, now the high school boys coach at University High in Johnson City. He joins us coming up a little bit in just a few minutes, a little bit later here on the show. All right, here we go. Jennifer Nettles. Man, watched her last night on a video singing the Neil Diamond song when they were paying tribute at the Kennedy Center for Neil Diamond back in the day. They asked her to sing Hello Again, one of Neil Diamond's staple songs. Oh, what a voice. Then I've heard her sing Oh Holy Night for Christmas. She's got some pipes. Here she is in Bristol singing the national anthem of the Battle of Bristol back in the day when Tennessee beat Virginia Tech. Here she is. We'll take a look, pay tribute to the gentleman, and get going on our sports here in the Tom Baylor Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's get it started with paying tribute to a gentleman who was very kind to Tom Taylor, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Every time he was refereeing a ball game, Marty James would come up to the scores table wherever I was, and here he is. I'm sure you've seen him many, many times. The ball games. So, just wanted you to know he passed away over the weekend. Unexpectedly, of course. Well, not of course, but he did. So, anyway, there he is. You've seen him many, many times. Flat top, white-haired gentleman, referee ball games. And so, anyway, he would come up to me every game, wherever I was at, if he was calling the game, obviously. Before the game started, you want to check the score tables, they always do, and he would ask, say hello to me, and he always thanked me for me the way I called the game. So I like the way you call play-by-play, which is very kind. And so I just do what I think I'm supposed to do. But anyway, this guy, you know, we call them zebras. We get on them. There's Lynn Testament and Heather right there with them, a three-person crew. So we get on them and we berate them, and they don't know what they're doing, and blah, 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 blah. And I get that, I guess, in the heat of the moment, but then you look and go, you know, does it really matter? He's gone. He's in eternity now. So Marty James, a very, very kind gentleman, very kind to this show, very kind to our broadcast, and for all intents and purposes, I thought he was a great official. So there are some that, but this one, in my humble opinion, was a very, very good official. So anyway, our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Don't know what happened, don't know the circumstances. You know, people always want to, hey, what happened? What happened? How'd he die? How'd she die? Doesn't really matter, really, does it? He's gone. And so there's another hole to be filled with somebody. So anyway, I just want to say thanks to Marty James. He was always very kind to me and what we do here on the show. And, you know, there again, as I said, sent a thing to Coach Honeycutt telling him that he had passed away. And I said, you know, I told Bart too. Bart Lyons the one who told me about it. Thank you, Bart, fellow official. I said, you know, we think it matters. It doesn't really matter. It does not really matter. Coach Gould just came by here, Greg Gould, who is retired, but long-time coach around here. And I said, did you know about it? He said, yeah, Mike Matheson told me about it. I said, it doesn't really matter now, does it? He said, oh, no. I said, we get all worked up about officials and ball games, and we think all this stuff's important. He said, no. Greg Gould's nailed it. It's the only thing important. Where are you going to spend eternity? And he's right. Where are you going to spend eternity? So anyway, Marty James, very kind gentleman to this show, and I knew him just enough on the peripheral. We weren't buddies at all. Other than that, as I said, every time he came to a ball game, he would always come up and compliment me for what I was doing on the broadcast. So, you know, I know it's like a broken record, but it's true. When I take my last breath, he's not going to, we're all going to give an account. The book says that. It's real simple. We'll get into sports here in a second, but we're all going to give an account of our lives. Every one of us. The stars and the Tom Taylors and the Taylor Swifts and the Kobe Bryants and the Shaq O'Neals, you name them. We're all going to give. Abraham Lincoln, we're all going to give an account. Name it. Everybody's walked this earth, including you, will give an account of your life to him. It says in the book. So, what I think is important, what you think is important, suddenly won't be important. He's not going to ask me how many rings I've got. He's not going to ask me how many times I did the PA at Bristol Motor Speedway, introduced Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jr. and Kyle Busch, and how many ball games I've done, how many shows I did. He's not asking you that. He's going to say, Tom, buddy, with the talents I gave you, what did you do to further my kingdom? Because I went up on the cross and died for you. That's what he's going to ask, you and me. And we best have an answer. That's all I can tell you. So, anyway, Marty James. How about this? Sounds corny, but I'm going to ring the bell one time for Marty James. There you go. Very kind gentleman to Tom Taylor and Tom Taylor Sports Show. So, it will not be the same when we go to a ball game this year and know that he's old flat top, I called him. Easy money flat top. He just laughed. Easy money flat top's not going to be there. He's gone. Slipped away. All right, football, 9 days, 4 hours and 15 minutes. till Cyclone football, 101st meeting, which will be right over the mountain here, right over the hill, if you will, not the mountain, but over the hill, at Kermit Tipton Stadium here in Johnson City next Friday night. Other games, Maryville, Alcoa, North Green at Chucky Doug, West Green at Cosby. These are in no particular order. Sullivan East will be at Johnson County next Friday night. Dobbins Bennett trucks off to Knox Central to battle the Bobcats. Cobb County next Friday night will be at Jeff County. Daniel Boone will open their season up. Daniel Boone will be at Volunteer next Friday night. Cloudland will be at Midway. Greenville at Morristown West. Morristown East will be at South Green. Happy Valley at Unaka. Crockett will be at Unicoi County. And Tennessee High Westridge. That'll be your games. I don't know why. When I got that news about Marty Haynes, it just rocked me to my core. I don't even, Marty James, I'm not even sure why. Man, I do know why. It wasn't like we were buddies. It just struck me when Bart sent me that picture today and said he passed away, and I thought, none of this matters. None of this matters. Nothing. We think it does, it doesn't. None of this matters. But I guess that could be a theme. None of this matters except what you're going to do if you give your heart to the Lord. That's all that's going to matter. All right, Tom Taylor Sports Show. Hey, how about Food City? School bucks cranking back up. Steve Smith has pledged $800,000 again this year for the School Bucks program that will start September the 3rd and go through next May. For every dollar customers spend using their Food City Value Card, their designated school will receive 1 School Buck point. Just saw they passed out a check the other day, Tennessee High, for over $2,000. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer to get them being part of that. By the way, I also got the press release from Food City. We're now at 161 retail outlets in Southeast Kentucky, Southwest Virginia, of course, Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama. So, $2,000 on a check presentation from Food City to Tennessee High. That's awesome. That's just one school. So, new program, new year, $800,000 has been earmarked by Food City to go to schools. All you got to do is update your Food City Value Card every time you shop at any Food City. You accrue points for the school of your choice that you designate. Pretty simple to me. It's a no-brainer. But anyway, that's what's going on. Food City, School Bucks. Tomorrow, we're going to a brand new place, going to Boone, North Carolina. Mountain Community Bank. We're going to be over there in the land of the Mountaineers. The deputy athletic director is going to be there. The head of the Boone, North Carolina Chamber of Commerce, who used to be the voice of the Appalachian State Mountaineers, David Jackson, is going to be on our show, along with Andrew McKeon. This is an extension of Carter County Bank and Mountain Community Bank in Boone. We'll be there tomorrow, broadcasting live. Driving to Boone. He's sporting some black and gold tomorrow, Appalachian State. It's always been on my bucket list. I don't guess it's going to happen. A place I've always wanted to call games is when I used to call them for ETSU. And the one year I did the Citadel, we played at App State. Not a prettier, I think, prettier venue. On an October afternoon or November afternoon, primarily October, the leaves are changing in Boone at Kid Brewer Stadium. About 35,000 people going nuts in black and gold. Yosef, Y-O-S-E-F, Yosef the Mountaineer. So anyway, I think it's a cool place called Ball Games. Always wanted to be the voice of Appalachian State, but never did work out. But we'll be there tomorrow talking to Appalachian State, and certainly the new bank that's opened up in Boone. And again, you can talk to some Appalachian State people. And so, along with Andrew McKean, we'll be there tomorrow. Then Friday, we'll be at Elizabethton Golf Course. We donate our show, our time for the show, I should say, once a year to the United Way, a nonprofit agencies making a difference, helping everybody from little people, young people, all the way up to seniors. And so we'll be there on Friday of the show at Elizabethton Golf Course with United Way under the umbrella again of Carter County Bank. So we thank our buddy Andrew McKeon. Love that guy. He's awesome. Works hard. Hard-working guy, and I appreciate him very much. So, there you go. Stephen Arden's due to join us coming up here in a few minutes. The head basketball coach at University High, now the boys basketball coach. Andrew Smith will join us talking high school football and certainly college football. We'll go down this poll. Let's check these guys today, see what they think of the poll. Yesterday, Joseph Taylor said Tennessee's too low, and I agree. So, Again, one more time, if you missed it, I'm going to talk about it periodically throughout the show because he was a good man, fine, kind gentleman. Marty James, longtime official, passed away. So we used to call him the I call him Old Flat Top. He's one that had the white-haired flat top official, and so we lost him over the weekend. So, and again, as I told Angie and I've told Bart Lyons, I told Lucas Honeycutt, I'm telling you again, I'm going to tell you the whole show. What we think matters does not matter. What I think matters does not matter. What you think you're all fuzzed up about a ball game, throwing stuff and screaming and hollering. You say all this just because an official passed away? Well, it just shows how temporal all this is. Temporal. My dad used to say this all the time. He said, boys, you're a heartbeat away from eternity. If that thing stops, it's over. And what we think's important ain't important. So let me show you a picture of him one more time before we go to the break. I won't belabor the point, but it really got to me. I'm not sure why. But as I said, I knew of him. We spoke, but he was always very kind to me. There he is with Heather and Lynn in one of the ball games. I'm not sure which game it was, doesn't matter. Bart Lyons sent that to me, so there you go. Fellow official. There you go, Marty James. So again, the best thing we can do is say a prayer for his family because it was unexpected. I'm not sure how it happened, doesn't matter, but he's gone. And you got people trying to pick up the pieces. So that's what you can remember. Say a prayer for the James family. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's married, has kids. I have no clue. I just know he's a nice guy. He was very nice to me. Tom Taylor Sports Show. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at this top 25 college football poll. Stephen Hart, new coach at University High, boys coach, scheduled to be with us in a few minutes. I know our guests can say, you can't find a parking spot here. No, it's a pretty busy place. It's hopping all the time, and we know that, and we accept that. So let's go down here and talk to my little buddy Sherry Holtzclaw. Where is she? She would be under the jeweler's bench. And as soon as I find it, because it's a brand new commercial, what I do with it? I'll find it. We'll get it right after this from Chick-fil-A on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. On the road today at Chick-fil-A here in Johnson City tomorrow. Mountain Community Bank in Boone, North Carolina will be there tomorrow. Looking forward to going over to the land of the Mountaineers. Back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
My name is Meredith, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is the oven-toasted, cheesy top layer. If home had a flavor, it would be Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese. I'm passionate about it.
We're talking to Sherry Holtzclaw, one of our great sponsors, the Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. A lot of jewelry stores out there. Why the jeweler's bench?
So everything is done in-house. Nothing gets sent out. We do ring sizing, necklace repairs, replace stones, shorten bracelets, necklaces. We repair silver jewelry. There's not a lot of jewelry stores that will repair silver jewelry. So we're one of the ones that do watch repair. Some of it we do have to send that out occasionally, but I'll let you know when I do.
Mm-hmm.
But
watch batteries. They replace a lot of watch batteries. Again,
every day.
Yes. John Holtzclaw is one of the few jewelry repair people in the area. There's not many of them left, so they do jewelry repair here. Remember that. They ship all over the country. The website is
jewelersbench10.com.
The hours you're open are
Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and then Saturday, 9:30 to 2.
All right. And social media, where do we find you?
Facebook and Instagram.
And the phone number is?
423-542-5600.
Be loyal, buy local. It's a mom and pop store. Been here for a long time here in Elizabethton, serving not just Elizabethton, but the entire Tri-Cities and really anywhere in the country. The Jeweler's Bench, proud sponsor of the Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. He's here. Look at him. Well, are you wearing Rome again today, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, feeling better about your Braves?
I mean, they played better last night, notwithstanding. The offense is certainly starting to pick things up. Just don't have much pitching right now, so just kind of trudge along until the end of September and get to go watch the good teams go play fun baseball in October.
Wow. That sounds like a sour Braves fan. I get it. The Reds are not a whole lot better. They're hanging in there trying to get a wild card.
I think they're only a game and a half, maybe 2.5 back of the
2.5
Mets.
back, yeah. Carrasco, what's your take on him? He's what, a couple of starts now for the Braves went over the Yankees?
Carrasco, I mean, he's all right. I mean, he's done what they brought him in to do, which is to eat innings. You know, you're not bringing guys like him or Eric Fetty in with the hopes of them reviving themselves into being an ace. You're just, hey, just need you to give us 5 or 6 innings every night so we don't have to kill the bullpen 4 out of every 5 days. So, and they're doing that. So, yeah, it's hard to complain with that.
We got Carrasco pitching tonight, as a matter of fact, in New York. So there you go. So Carlos Carrasco will go at it tonight for the Atlanta Braves. So they're just kind of trudging along. So let's take a look. First off, promote your tab. We say tab. That's journalism terms for a tabloid or a football tab coming out next week.
Yes, sir. High school football tab is coming out next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. Super excited for it to come out. You know, kind of a bunch of team previews from all around the area. I believe we'll have, I think, 20-ish schools, maybe a little over that. But yeah, just kind of team previews, what you need to know, roster schedules, all that will all be in one place there. And yeah, super excited for it. Proud of the work we've done with it. You know, I know I can only speak for myself, but you know, getting to go, you know, catch back up with all the Carter County schools, Elizabeth and Hampton, Cloudland, Unaka, Happy Valley, you know, getting to go to their media days, see what they're up. I'm excited for this year in football in Carter County and in the area. So should be, yeah, we're excited for it to come around.
I know it sounds cheesy, but I love working with this guy. I love working with Jeff Birchfield from the Press and the Times News. And J.D. Vaughn comes on some, but not like these guys. Remember, basically, he's here every week. And so we kind of forged a friendship and a relationship, and I love having him on. So, and they're not telling me to say this because I don't take very good orders from anybody. But so I will tell you this, even though they're not telling me to say it, it's a great reference tool. You got to get this tab. If you're a high school football fan, I mean, you got basically you and Woodson and Birchfield and J.D. and yourself, 5 guys, right? And who else went out to the media days? That all of them?
It was just just myself, Vaughn, Woodson, Birchfield.
Yeah.
We were 4 of us that went and did media days.
Over 20 schools. So they pounded the pavement. And so you want to get this. When's it come out? Next week?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Right before the start of football season. So you got to get a copy. Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. Get a copy of the high school football tab. It's a great reference point. Again, as I said, I use it virtually every broadcast. And so there he is. There's Coach Harden. He's in the house. We'll have him on coming in a little while. New coach, University High. So then you said there's a college tab coming out too. Is that right?
Yeah. We'll have a little bit smaller college football tab coming out the Thursday after. That'd be the 28th. ETSU, UT, UVA-wise, Emory and Henry, Blue Tusculum as well. A little bit smaller of a tab, but you know, I just finished up my story yesterday actually on Tennessee for it. So yeah, another thing we take some pride in. Obviously, high school football is our bread and butter, but we're obviously with ETSU, and we actually found out yesterday we're going to get to a lot more UT coverage this year as well. You know, got a credential for the opener and all 7 home games. So that's exciting stuff there. So, you know, a little bit of Saturday ball as well.
I don't know what the particulars are, but I would think if you're Tennessee, you got Johnson City Press in the middle of the Tri-Cities, which is, and every time they go around and do a caravan, they all say the best caravan they have is one in the Tri-Cities versus other parts of the state. So, to me, it's a no-brainer to give you all credentials, to have you all go down and cover the games for the Tennessee Volunteers. So, that's good. You get a chance to go. You get a chance to go to some of them, won't you?
Yeah, no, I'll be.
You the man?
Yeah. It'll be me and JD going.
He the man. Put it right here. He is the man
So.
for Vol football.
And then obviously for the home opener, they've got ETSU, so we're expecting Jeff to join us for ETSU coverage that week. But
There
yeah,
you go.
should be a lot of fun.
So I'm a big fan of Jeff Birchfield, Andrew Smith, and J.D. Vaughn. They work very hard. So, again, they're not telling me to say this. Get to Tab next Thursday, and you will be pleasantly surprised. It's packed full of info, all these different teams. Hello, Brian Crabb. Hello, Jason Gray. Larry Berthelson, hope I'm saying it right, didn't mispronounce it. Margot Bentley. Brian Crabb, Junior Campbell, my Sunday school teacher. Carl Wilson, the boys are working in Boone this week. Well, come by tomorrow. Mountain Community Bank. We'll be over there tomorrow broadcasting live in Boone. We've got David Jackson coming on, the president of the Boone Chamber of Commerce, who used to be the voice of the Appalachian State Mountaineers. He called the App State upset up of Michigan back in the day. So we'll have him on the show tomorrow. Also, the deputy athletic director, Doug Reiner, I think he's from Appalachian State. We'll be sporting some orange and black tomorrow over there in the land of the Mountaineers. Hello, Floyd Nave. We'll be there tomorrow. Mountain Community Bank, which is a extension partner with Carter County Bank, and Andrew McKean will be there with us as well. Probably there with him. All right, so Tennessee on the preseason poll, number 24. You're going to be covering the Vols. Is that a fair assessment? Is that too low? I wouldn't say it's too high. I think they should be in the top 25. So the question to you, is that too low? Should they be higher in the preseason polls?
Maybe a tick or two. The coaches poll last week had them at 18. I probably would have split the difference, had them around 21, 22. But you can completely justify them only being 24. You know, I say that knowing that for a while, if Tennessee was ranked at all in the preseason poll not that long ago, it was, high expectations. But, given how much uncertainty there is with this roster right now, you still don't know who the quarterback is. You think it's going to be Joey Aguilar, but that competition is not settled yet. You have the top 3 wide receivers from last year's team all gone, either to the draft or transfer portal. Running back, SEC Player of the Year last year, Dylan Sampson, gone.
Yep. One offensive lineman returning, Lance Hurd.
Yep. I think with just how much churn and uncertainty there is, it's hard to put them super high. Now, I do think that they have the potential to be really good, but I think also a lot will probably have to go right for that to happen. So I think right there at 24 is perfectly fair.
One of the nicest ladies in the world. She's a big fan of the show. We appreciate her so much. Baker's Lisa Baker. I always say Baker. Lisa Baker's watching, and you wouldn't find a sweeter, finer lady than her. Scotty did good. He put that ring on her finger. She's a good lady. Creed and Cam's mama. So this is why I say Tennessee's opening game against Syracuse is huge. You got Georgia coming. Everybody's talking about the Georgia game September the 13th. For my money, you got all these question marks you just went through, and they're legitimate. So for my money, the Syracuse game on the 30th down in Atlanta is huge to set the table for the season. Now, ETSU's the second game. Obviously, on paper, that should be a win for the Volunteers. But Georgia's the next game out. But I think Syracuse sets the table because they're not a bad football team. But you just rattle off all these, question marks of this football team, which are legitimate questions. So, to me, to come out of the gate and stonewall Syracuse and get a big W in Atlanta and come back home for Tennessee, or rather for ETSU and Georgia, I just think I think this game is big. As Barney told Andy, it's big, 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 big. I think it's a big ball game. Syracuse, what say you?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. You definitely would like to see some of these questions at least start to get answered in week 1, especially at quarterback. You think wide receiver, running back, best combination up front, defensive line-wise especially, that can kind of get settled in the first couple weeks. But, yeah, you definitely need to at least start answering some questions against Syracuse. And, the thing is, too, is Syracuse has their own question marks.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Kyle McCord, their standout quarterback from last year, no longer there. They have other spots they're looking to fill, too. So, both teams kind of aren't fully sure what they'll be getting in Atlanta week 1, which can make for a very interesting football game. But, yeah, I don't disagree. That if things go awry against Syracuse, you start kind of scratching your head. Don't know what we got here, boys.
Steve Shipley, Coach Shipley watching in Florida. How do we get that job? How do we get a gig when we go down to Florida to do a show? So Coach Shipley, who's normally Middle Tennessee, down in Florida. Hello, sir. Love that guy. All right, so you take the top 10 and see what you think. Texas, number 1. Penn State, number 2. Went to their schedule yesterday. They got a cream puff schedule, I think. Well, I don't know if it's a cream puff. Comparing to the SEC, it's pretty weak, I think, Penn State. But they're number 2 preseason, and they can't help the Big Ten's not very good. Ohio State, 3rd. Clemson, 4th. Georgia, 5th. Then comes Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, LSU, Miami, and Florida. You okay to all those? You think should be some movement on those?
You could probably sell me on a couple flip-flops here or there. I'm
Sell
not,
me.
maybe not quite as high on Clemson. I'm high on Clemson. I don't know if I'm top 5 high on Clemson entering the year. Can be proven wrong on that. Miami, similar thing. I'm not quite as high on Carson Beck as I think some are. But at this point, what does anybody have to go off of? Not much.
Not much.
Not much. So,
No.
I'm not going to get too up in arms over the preseason poll. It's, hey, as the year goes along, it'll sort itself out. So, nothing huge on my part.
It's good chatter on August 13th between two guys in the media. So we don't have any bearing on it at all. Which do you put, this is probably an unfair question to you, but which do you put more stock in, the coaches poll or the media poll? Now, of course, you had no bearing at all on the media poll.
The AP does not give me a vote
No, they
as
didn't
much
call that.
as
No.
as much as I wouldn't mind a vote. They don't give me one.
No, me either.
But I don't know. I think considering that the general consensus until the playoff committee starts releasing the rankings of the AP poll, I think I put a little bit more stock in it, just because that's kind of what everyone uses. But if someone prefers the coaches poll and their reasoning is, hey, these coaches know ball, they see a lot of these teams, I'm not going to disagree with them, But I think for me personally, I lean the AP, just because that's kind of what the default has become, at least until we get into November and the playoff committee starts ranking them.
Hello, Sandra Perkins. Thank you for watching the show. We're live here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City, right down from Best Buy. The new basketball coach, University High, Stephen Harden, is going to join us. Coach Harden coming over from Leeds McRae, now the new boys coach at UH. He'll join us. And then on top of the hour, Mr. Baseball, Greg Sire, comes in to weigh in on what's going on. So, who did you say last week? We had the World Series last week. Who did you say were the two teams? Does that change? You sticking with those two? Because I can't remember what you said.
Last week, I think I said Detroit and I might have said Chicago. I don't feel nearly as confident in the Chicago pick.
Okay.
Milwaukee's playing great baseball right now.
They are.
They keep on rolling and rolling. Now, will that carry into October? I have my own questions about that. But they're the best team in baseball right now. It's hard to not at least consider the Brewers. The Dodgers scuffling a little bit. Apparently, the Angels just have their number.
Yeah.
Which, granted, I don't know if I would see the Angels in the World Series.
No.
Quite far from it. But worth noting, maybe with just a grain of salt, but still worth noting. But yeah, I think I would still probably go Detroit out of the American League, and maybe right now I would go Milwaukee out of the National League. But I can be very easily swayed. Philadelphia should be as tough as ever, too. So that's... Obviously, we're sitting here on August the 13th. Not really too far settled there.
Once again, if you missed it, we've talked about it throughout the show. Marty James, the man in the middle, the longtime official, passed away unexpectedly over the weekend. So, thoughts and prayers going out to Marty James' family, please. We thank you for that. Good guy, very good guy. And as I said earlier in this broadcast, always complimented what we did. He always come up press row at the table when he was the official to sign the book, and always said, "Thank you for the way you called the games." I don't know what that meant. I said, "You're welcome." I don't know what that meant, but he was a kind gentleman. I appreciate him very much. Hello, Brenda Grindstaff. You know what Conway says? Hello, darling. Oh, Brenda K. She's a nice one. All right, so what are you working on now? Football's pretty much, the tab's ready to go out to press next week, so what are you working on right now?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just...
Calm before the storm?
Yeah, a little bit calm before the storm. I'll be over in Stony Creek on Friday night for the annual Greene County, Carter County Jamboree. Cloudland, Hampton, Unaka from Carter County will be there, and it'll be West Greene, South Greene, Chucky Doak making the trek over from Greene County. So that'll be a fun way to kind of unofficially kick off the season on Friday night. Elsewhere, we've got it's been all hands on deck for the entire content team for a Hurricane Helene anniversary recovery edition coming out. So trying to get some work done on that. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now.
There you go. Are you hungry?
I am.
See you next week. We'll be right back here doing it all over again. Hope you'll be here with us. So you will, won't you?
Yes, sir. Sounds
There
like
you
a
go.
plan.
Yeah. We'll just kind of just lock it in 11:30 every Wednesday. Andrew Smith's here, Sports Writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. The readers or winners are back in it. New school year, Elizabethton City Schools, and the kids are reading and going to be rewarded for their reading. And it's called the Readers or Winners, thanks to Northeast Community Credit Union and us right here on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Coming up next, Stephen Harden, new basketball coach for the boys at University High, joins us next on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. We're back. We're ready to go. Andrew Lewis, Northeast Community Credit Union. Readers or winners, year number 2. We're jacked up to do it again this year.
We're so excited.
Yep, we are excited. And so it's a chance for these kids at Eastside Elementary, Westside Elementary, and Harold McCormick Elementary win some cool prizes for reading. What's going on?
The first 9 weeks, we're going to be giving out those cool water bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Second 9 weeks, t-shirts.
T-shirts with a new design.
Absolutely, new color, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The third 9 weeks, we're going to have a sweet new sticker. We'll get more into that later.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Whole point is readers are winners, year number 2 at the 3 elementary schools and Elizabethton City Schools. Thanks to Northeast Community Credit Union. They're paying for all this through their corporate sponsor, and we love them for doing that. The bottom line is leaders are readers, readers are winners. Year number 2, getting ready to get started up soon, like right now, right away, for all these youngsters, again, at Harold McCormick, Westside and Eastside Elementary. Big thanks to Northeast Community Credit Union for partnering with us to do readers are winners in Elizabethton City Schools.
In a world where clutter, trash, and debris threaten your property, one man is ready to save the day. He's Container Man, your dumpster delivery superhero. Need to clear out your garage? Call Container Man. Remodeling your home? Call Container Man. Demolition waste taking over your job site? Call Container Man. From minor to major projects, Container Man has the perfect size dumpster for every task. With lightning fast delivery and the customer service of a locally owned company, he will help you restore order to your world. When you're ready to fight clutter, trash, and debris, call Container Man.
Back on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Yeah, we're excited. Saw him a couple of weeks ago. He kind of told me it may be happening, but just sit on it, and I sat on it. But now he was very gracious to come and make an official announcement, which is already out there. He's the new boys coach, University of Iron Johnson City, replacing Coach Rice. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I actually just talked to him probably 3 minutes ago through text, and definitely going to get a lot of knowledge from him probably today
Yeah.
sometime.
He's been there.
Yes.
He's taken the state tournament numerous times. Great gentleman. Always very kind to us. A few times Elizabeth went over and played him.
Mm-hmm.
Always kind. Always easy to work with. And so Coach Rice riding off into the sunset, handed the
Yes.
clipboard and whistle to you.
Yeah, I guess so.
There you go. So,
I think his situation on being stopped and my situation on deciding to take the job
Sure.
from college is closely the same. Man.
yeah. So you're coming over to Leeds McRae.
Yeah.
Memories, big game, something you always treasure Leeds McRae. A big game, a particular kid, a particular team. What's some memories for you that you'll always have with you from coaching Leeds McRae?
I mean, naturally, you just go to the championships. Those things matter, and those kids matter. They fought to go through it really hard. So those things are big. But pretty much just from the start, we had a lot. I got to actually go down memory lane a little bit. Lately, unfortunately, I had one of my first assistants passed away in a car wreck, and he was a coach down in Florida, so I had to go kind of speak at his funeral. Daniel Wan was his name, and he was just a go-getter and legit really good recruiter, and so that brought back a lot going on that other side. That like Jeff County is where he was from, so we talked a lot about the early years of Lees McRae and taking it from a nowhere to making it into something was really tough those first 6-7 years on figuring that out. So definitely remember that, and just trying to keep that program consistent, top half of that league to top 3 or 4 in that league every year. So, and then naturally just the crazy how life works of Coach Pitts having amazing teams at King, and we end up being rivals, and those battles, and we got the best of him a couple times, and my dad was able to do that a couple times in high school, and just that weird long situation of going from he's always been a kind of a role model to me, or an idol situation with watching his teams when I was younger. So getting to compete against him was always cool. And then just going to the NCAA tournament or playing big games, you'll miss those things at being at a small school. Those things are fun.
How many years you were at Lees McRae?
15.
15.
Yes.
How many championships?
2.
2.
Yes.
How many times you go to the big show?
A couple times.
Sure,
too, as well. It's our league was super tough, and the way that D2's set up, I was on the NCAA committee for 4 years. It's more set up regionalized, so it's a lot like high school. It's a lot like state tournament. How you go, you kind of got to beat your conference and then beat your region and stay in the pockets of that. And our region is the top 3 toughest in the nation in that area. Not really conference per se as much as the region.
The region itself.
And SAC and those things as well.
So you stepped down from college.
Yes.
Go into a high school. So, this is your first high school job coaching per se. So what do you anticipate, because you don't know yet, there's a learning curve, what do you think will be different other than being on the road all the time from being a college coach to a high school coach?
Yeah. I guess you don't know what you don't know. So those things, there'll be a lot of things probably arise on that. It just worked out that the timing was right for me. I've turned down a lot of really good jobs in probably the past 10 years. My wife's a principal in the area in Bristol, and so we knew we really didn't want to move. The hurricane situation, just a lot of pieces made a real frustrating past 2 years for myself, and so I knew it was my wife told me I wasn't kind of the best version of myself for these past couple of years, so I knew that it was time for a change, and we knew that change was limited in not moving, and I've been in small school my whole life, and there's a lot of great things about being in a small college, but there's a lot of hard things that you only get to do probably 10% of basketball. Everything else is other, and that's the nice thing I'm getting to do this year in high school. I know most coaches are also teachers, and they do a phenomenal job, and I have ultra respect for those guys. But I'm getting blessed where I'm just a coach, so I get to spend all my time on basketball and these kids. So that's going to be super fun. I'm also an agent and doing the other things just for the money part of it, but just being in the gym with them and getting to just focus on basketball. I know there's other little pieces, but 90% of it being basketball instead of 10% of it is going to be a lot more exciting for me right now in my time of life.
I would think so. Now, for folks who don't know this, went back to Lees McRae for a moment. You were without a gym because the gym is flooded or something happened.
With the hurricane, everything got tore up from Banner Elk all the way down to Hampton, and we had a lot of water damage, like in the facility. It actually didn't. With the hurricane, it didn't flood through the gym, but just because of the hurricane, the roof and kind of like we saw with Astrodome, those other things, it just water. There's a lot of water, so we had to make a whole new floor for the 4th time that we've had some problems in the last couple of years with water damage. So this is the 4th time we had to redo the floor, and we kind of got the campus was destroyed, so everybody was online except when it needed to be athletics to start playing again. We all went to various different places. A lot of sports went to Charlotte and got in with a lot of other colleges, and we were sent to Fairham, Virginia. So
really,
I lived in Fairham, Virginia in a dorm. In a dorm, just pretty much with our kids, which was great at the time. But being away from your wife and your family was a really mental hit where I knew I knew this was temporary and this was kind of a God situation, but it might have been the Lord telling me that I need to reset and maybe think about some different things as well.
And you did.
And I did, yep.
How long did you have to stay up there in the Ferrum?
So we was at Ferrum for 2 months.
2 months.
I honestly
Wow.
wish once we got a routine, I wish we would have stayed. It was just the nature of the beast. We moved back to Leeds McRae when they kind of opened up college for students to come back. But our gym was still far from being done. Our gym didn't get done until January 18th. So once we moved back, we had to we dropped practice in Elizabeth a lot, so you can imagine driving at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night after the high schools are done. Or, we went to Cleveland twice, we went to Watauga, we went, it was just, I was
Wow.
calling, we went to App State, we went to ETSU, slowly calling every day to find a gym to practice in, super frustrating, and I was very transactional, I was very frustrated at that time because we had an elite group that we feel like could have went really far and won a title, and just the circumstances makes that hard. But mentally, us as a group, because we knew how much talent we was, not getting in the gym and not being able to do those things, we had a decent year, but it was one of those where we really thought it could be special. So that was probably another thing that was I knew that when I was getting too transactional that it was time to reset and
Make a move.
find a new place. Yes.
And he did at University High, the boys basketball team. Again, as we said, you're inheriting a good, solid program. They've been to the state tournament, several times. So, have you met the boys yet?
I have not. I'm actually meeting them Friday, and I'm excited about that. This is, I will tell them this as well, but purposely I have not tried to overly look them up or meet them. It's the first time I've ever been able to just walk into a program and not know anything specific about the kids. I know the program and how much success they've had, but just for the standpoint, every place I've went, I've either brought kids in or prior knew or knowledge, and so this is that was one thing I kind of wanted to do. It's just I didn't really tell anybody that. It's just me personally thinking, hey, this is a new challenge. This is a new way to do it, like totally fresh and new. To have just a brand new eye on the program, and I'll definitely lean on Coach Rice, as you said, for some guidance and some expertise on the day-to-day aspects of the job. But I'm excited about it, and it's one of them where the schedule looks. I don't think it's out yet, but it looks pretty well. And we're in the old Arby's Classic now. I guess you could call it Toyota Classic or maybe just the Classic. But that'll be huge for a single A program to be in that one. And I just go back to Coach Pitt's days and my pops' days, Tony Harden days, and growing up, and the Arby's was it to me. I won a 3-point competition there. That was my probably claim to fame all in high school. I mean, that was one of those where you just, you remember those things. You remember playing against those elite national players, and for those kids to get this opportunity of that, I think that those little parts matter. I thought about when I went to a high school program, the number one thing I really started thinking about is being in the national tournament, NEIA, NCCAA, NCAA, NCAA 1, NIT, getting all those great things that I got in college, but none of them ever felt like when I was a kid, walking in with my pops, taking me to when I'm 6th grader, 7th grader, going down to Murfreesboro and just sitting in those stands and seeing Ron Mercer play for, Good Pasture, those single A games, seeing those double A games when Aaron Green was having all that success as a player, and he gave the trophy to his dad. Like, I can just remember so many big things when Coach Pitts won all those in a row. Like when Memphis White Session won those. Those things matter, and I'm gonna tell my players that. The way that Tennessee does their state tournament is them in West Virginia, I think, is by far the best. And I've watched a lot of being a college coach. I've been to almost every state tournament, and it's just a whole different environment with taking 8 and doing that in a whole different field. That's for sure.
It's almost like Hoosiers in it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's awesome. So you're going in cold turkey with no preconceived notions. Like, who are you? I'm Tom Taylor.
Yeah.
Who are you? I'm Fred Flintstone. Okay. What do you play? I play point guard. Well, let's see. I play post. That's how it's going to start,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. 100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I could be crazy. And like I said, I don't know what I don't know. And there's a lot of great coaches in that conference and in this whole area that I will lean on and have to compete against also that said it their way. But my way, as my pops says anyway, I'm a little unconventional in everything I do. And I'm definitely a people person and a team character is more important to me on things. We can figure out how we play X and O Y's once I figure out who you are as a person and what you believe in. And so I'm going to try to go into it on that aspect and not worry about the basketball for this month. And, we're definitely going to work out and do those things, but really just get to know them as people.
Sure.
And then I think it'll help for us for being players.
Plus, coming off the road as a coach, you get a chance to get a couple of your own to play, so you
Yes.
get a chance to be a dad sometime.
Yeah, that's number one. I didn't really mention that as much, and I said that on the radio show this morning. I literally just pretty much, that was my number one reason for high school and number one reason for University High. They wanted me. I'm blessed that they wanted me, and that part for being on a college campus is more like what I'm used to, and their hurdles are stuff I've already, like, it's small school basketball with gym situation. The little things that's their negatives I'm used to, so it doesn't really bother me. Yeah, and so they have so many positives that's just different. So those things are great. But number one reason for that was my wife's the principal, as I mentioned earlier, and my kids. My oldest daughter is a sophomore, plays basketball at Elizabethton and softball at Elizabethton. So I will get to hit a couple of probably JV games in basketball and then jump on over. Hopefully, if the home games are the same. But I miss all their games usually as a college coach, so I might get 10% more of basketball, but I'll get 100% of softball, and just being around more for those Saturdays and just the travel. I'm just so excited about that. My boy is a sixth grader, and he also goes. He's his first year. He transferred from Bristol to Ted Duggar right now, so that one's going to be exciting to watch him play football, and I've already got to go to a lot more just to be around Sean, and as everybody knows that probably listens to me, we've been best friends since we've been sixth graders, so to be more around and involved in those programs where University High doesn't have a football team, it's fun. That part's fun, just to get to be more a part of the whole Tri-Cities community.
If you missed it, speaking of Sean yesterday, he came to the show and brought the helmet. Our custodian passed away, Gloria.
Yes.
The custodian passed away 4 decades. She was the janitor. She loved everybody in school. So on the back of the Elizabethton helmet is your Ted Duggar. It says Gloria with 4 little dashes, and the 4 notches represent the 4 10-year time, 40 years of being a janitor custodian. How many schools put their janitor's name on the back of their helmet as a tribute? That's Sean Witten right there.
That's Sean. That's number one, Sean, and that's also Gloria, and just how she was, and her heart throughout all those years. I can remember it when I was younger, and I actually am related to Gloria, so it's one of those extra little pieces that just feels super special, as both my mom and my dad grew up on the creek and went to Unaka, and that was Carter County lines. It goes deep in my family for sure.
Bart says his daddy was a great man and coach. Can't wait to see him back on the sidelines of the Tri-Cities. Bart's the one who told us today, sent me the picture of Marty James passed away, the official. So I want to show you his picture one more time. And kind of been showing the whole show because there he is right there. He's going on flat top. He just grinned and come to the scores table. So there he is. Not sure the reasons or why or whatever, but I know it was unexpected. So thoughts and prayers go to Marty James' family, because that really puts everything in perspective. Yes. I mean, you saw that one of your coaches died in a car wreck.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Puts everything.
It does.
Yeah.
Totally does. He was on the road recruiting and ended up being a heart condition that kind of stopped his heart and just totally went off on the road on the other side of the interstate. So just a tragic situation on a young kid that was 35 years old that I was really hard on and mentored. He reminded me a lot of myself, and he was a little hard-headed as well. So we literally talked every day. So it's just one of those things that I think puts life in perspective and puts what really matters. And that's why I'm super excited about this one, because I get to do what matters to me in basketball. I get to help kids as much. What really matters to me, I need to be part of a team. I think those things matter for me mentally and physically, but also to be around my family more is just a huge blessing.
For those who missed it, what was his name? The gentleman's name passed away.
Daniel Wan.
Daniel Wan.
Daniel Wan. Yeah. He was associate head coach at St. Leo in Florida.
Yeah. But he was on your staff at one point.
He was on my staff. Yeah, he was on my staff for about 6 years.
So he went and preached his funeral, spoke at his funeral. Puts it in perspective, folks. So you are buzzing here. You're bouncing off this. You're excited. You're fired up.
I'm about ADD, and I move, and I get excited when I get to do the stuff that I like to do. That's for sure.
Well, I'm glad we get you on lots because, as you said, you're not a teacher, so you're not in the classroom right now. You can come anytime.
Yes, anytime. I like to be on, and that'll help, and hopefully it'll get us a little more. If we can talk basketball, that's always good for sure.
That's what we're going to talk about. Talk Hoops, University High, new boys coach. Again, thanks to Bart letting us know that. Of course, we ran into you and knew that was coming. We had to settle on it.
Yeah, you did a great job on that. I really appreciate it.
The Hogan's Heroes. Remember Schultz and Hogan's Heroes?
Yes.
I know nothing. Because I had several people call me and say, hey, somebody told me. I said, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I fib, but I honor what you told me. Told me to be quiet. So there you go.
Sir.
Get you some lunch.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard. Welcome back.
Awesome. Thank
Quick
you.
break. Mr. Baseball, Greg Salyer's next on the Tom Doe Sports Show.
You know, one of our great sponsors, Christmas Club Savings Account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bemycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way, when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club Savings Account for Christmas 2024?
Yes.
From Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. We're talking to our buddy Dr. Eric Carter from Lingerfeld Drug Center, one of our proud sponsors of the show and Cyclone Sports. A lot of pharmacies out there, a lot of drugstores out there. Why, in your humble opinion, should we come and trade at Lingerfeld Drug Center?
Yes, I think our customers are our family. We treat people how I'd want my family to be treated. And that's, you know, we can come in after hours for you if you need or deliver to you. I think we just go the extra mile. You know, a lot of times at a big chain or something, if you need a refill and it's out of refills, it's too bad. But we'll call the doctor, send them messages, and keep bothering them until they get them sent in to us. So we want to do everything we can to make sure our customers have their medicine and are happy.
Customer service, folks. Again, Lingerfeld Drug Center down here beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
So I stopped in at Chick-fil-A for lunch and saw Officer Wilson come in. I decided to place a dine-in mobile order and have a cookie delivered to him just to show appreciation for his service for our community.
A few minutes later, I noticed that Officer Wilson had gotten up and left, and I knew he hadn't gotten his cookie yet.
And I'm headed to my car. I turn around and I see Allie, and she's running after me.
Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Police Officer.
Usually when someone yells, officer, officer, they want to ask me about a ticket they got. I absolutely wanted the cookie. This cookie is delicious.
Fire in the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Mr. Baseball's here. Greg Salyer. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Tom. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. He's got his Speedway Classic ball cap on.
Yeah.
That does look good.
I love this hat.
I do, too. That looks sharp.
Yeah.
So,
Got the Reds logo over on the side. And
Braves on the other side? No, just the
the
red.
Braves one was blue.
Blue, I got you.
Yeah.
So, that looks sharp. Hello, Abby Hyder. That's a new name. Thanks for watching the show. So, gosh, where do we start? We got a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk
There's
about.
a lot going on in baseball right now. So, let's start with the Angels pulling off a triple play
Yeah.
against the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani,
Yeah.
who hit a home run in the game. But so, all right, he hits a little blooper to Zach Neto at short, stepped on the bag, there's runner at second and first, stepped on the bag at second, forced him out.
Threw to first.
That's 2 outs. Then he threw to first and got the guy diving back in. He rolled like a barrel. And so, who was that guy's last name was Nolan. Chanel?
Chanel, yeah.
Chanel?
He's the first baseman for the Angels.
The Angels?
He's the one that made the tag.
Yep. So
Yeah.
there you go. So that was the bang, bang, bang triple play on the 8th triple play in team history for the Angels.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Let it happen there, Albert.
It was an interesting looking play. I mean, it's not your typical triple play, you know. It was just interesting. But he was playing perfect. He had Shohei Ohtani played perfectly right up the middle and hit the ball right to him. Stepped on the bag. I was a little concerned about the runner at first. I mean, he hit the bag and his foot slipped, you know.
He rolled.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's the guy's work. That wasn't Chanel. That was Dodger.
I'm not sure who that runner was. I can't remember who it was now off the top of my head. But
He barrel rolled.
He did. It was kind of scary to me. I thought I've done that before. I've stepped on a wet base. I don't think it was raining, was it?
No.
But
he just lost his footing.
Yeah, I've stepped on a wet base and had my foot slide like that. But yeah, that was scary.
Is your mother watching?
She's watching. Yeah.
Hello, Ev. Tom, you're so goofy.
She plans her day on Wednesday around the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Does she really?
Oh, yeah.
Ev, I love you. You're back in my wheel.
Every now and then there'll be some appointment that'll come up and she can't get away from 12 o'clock or something, you know. She'll have to miss us. But she always comes back and watches us later.
Sure. So your mother plans her day around the show.
Yeah, just Wednesday.
Hit that bell, would you?
Yeah.
Way to go, Ev. You're so good. Ev, if you'd ever come here, I'd buy your lunch. If you'd ever come with your son one day, I'd treat you to lunch because you're a good girl.
Hey,
good girl. Good girl. A good lady. Not a good girl. Good night. All right, so speaking of the Dodgers, they're stumbling.
They're tied for first.
Padres caught them.
They have.
Wow. Who'd have thunk it?
I know.
We sat here and talked in April about they were going to run away with the division and blow everybody out of the water, and they did for a while, but the Padres have caught up with them. So question one, what's the Padres doing right? And question two, what's wrong with the Dodgers?
So since July 4th, the Dodgers are 12 and 20.
Wow.
There's only 4 teams in baseball worse than that. In that
The
time.
Dodgers are 12 and 20? I didn't know that.
Yeah, since July 4th. So the Dodgers are scuffling. I mean, it's just like they're just not coming through when they need to be hit. Is really what's the big thing for them. And because last night, when they were playing the Angels, of course, Ohtani comes back, hits the home run late in the game, tie the game, send it into extra innings. But what happens? The Angels score in the 10th and win the game. And Joe Adell was able to put the Angels ahead. Well, the Padres went out and made a boatload of moves at the trade deadline and got a lot better.
They did?
They got a lot better. Now, the jury's still out on whether or not they gave up the farm to do it, because they traded away twice as many prospects as they received players in return. So, we'll see how that will affect them in a couple of years. But
right now,
it's looking good.
Yeah.
It's looking good. They've done what they need to do to make that push. And, if season ended today, both those teams would be in the playoffs.
Here's an interesting stat. San Diego moved into a tie for first place in the division for the first time at any point in the second half of the season since 2010.
Wow.
15 years since the Padres, at this point, after the All-Star break, is tied in the division, and they are with the Dodgers. So, what'd you say, they're 12 and 20 since July 4th?
Yeah, the Dodgers are 12 and 20.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's why we have him on, folks. Eb, that's why we bring him on every week for, 8, 9, 10 years?
Yeah, it's been since the beginning. How long you been doing it?
Today is 2,340th show, so 2,340 shows.
You might have had 30 shows in before I started or something like that.
Yeah.
I came on pretty early.
Came on pretty early, so we've been just a couple of good old boys who are meaning no harm. Isn't that the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
Hit that bell, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cute. So, Ev's like, Tom, you're so goofy. I am, Ev. I'm like Popeye. I am what I am. That's all I'm going to be. All right, you got the Mets' new home run guy right now.
Yeah.
The Polar Bear passes Darryl Strawberry. What I thought was really cool, because they interviewed Strawberry. Strawberry said, I want him to pass it. Some guys don't want the records broken. I'm not in baseball anymore. He said, I've had a good run. Obviously, I've had a lot of problems in my life. He said, I'm tickled that Pete Alonso is the new home run guy. I'm not jealous one iota. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you expect nothing else from Darryl Strawberry. You know, he's a class act. He really is good. You know, he found the Lord a few years ago, and he's very outspoken in his faith. And I've actually started a book that he wrote. It's got some Christian principles in it and things. And yeah, so I would expect nothing less from Darryl Strawberry with that. And of course, Alonzo didn't just pass it; he went one pass. He hit another one in the game as well. So he's 2 ahead at this point. So you know, we'll see how many he can accumulate. Maybe the first Mets hit 300, maybe even 400.
Darryl Strawberry, who got started in Kingsport, by the way, back in Appalachian League days. He and Dwight Gooden both got started in Kingsport back in the day. Bob Gooden. But he has said, and he's right, he said, I've been to the top of the mountain and I've been in the bottom of the valley. He said, I've been on drugs, I've had lost fortunes, run through personal relationships, train wrecks, but I found the Lord and it's all different. So if anybody can speak from experience, been there, done that, it's Darryl Strawberry.
Absolutely.
So he did break his record. Pete Alonso's 27th home run of the season, 253 now in his career. So there you go. So we got a new home run king. And so the Mets, will talk about the standings coming up here in a minute. So Cal Raleigh continues to hammer it, hit another home run.
He did. Yeah, he did. He's going to try to set the record. He's almost there for catchers. So
needs 3.
Yeah, he'll get that done. I think he can do that this weekend. But the way he hits the ball.
He's got 45. Salvador Perez, the Royals' all-time home run for a catcher, is 48. So here it is, August 13th, well over a month, and then some baseball left. I don't gamble, you like to think. If I'm going to Vegas, the guy will hit 3 more home runs, or 4 more home runs to break the record in about probably 40, 45 more games.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, so, all right. Now, I found this. In fact, before we get into the standings, see if I can find this real quick. Where did I go to get this? Randy sent this to me the other day. It was a strength of schedule called Tanks a Lot or something like that. It was I don't know where I can find that real quick. Maybe I can't.
Yeah, strength of schedule for the
all teams. All the teams.
Yeah.
So, never mind. Let's just go back to this.
I know who's number 1.
With the toughest schedule?
Yeah.
Reds?
The Reds.
Reds, yeah.
Yeah, for the second half of the season.
That's what
number 1.
Reds are number 1. Toughest schedule. I don't know if I can find it. I should have.
And I think the Cubs were like number 30 or something.
They got a cream puff schedule.
Yeah.
So I was hoping I could find it. I needed to earmark it. I'll have it next week. But for time's sake, let's run down the standings. We start in the American League.
Okay.
The Blue Jays 70-50, 4.5 better than the Red Sox. The Yankees are 6 back. The Yankees have, let's see where we are here. They have lost 6 out of 10. Blue Jays won 2 in a row, 6 out of 10. The Red Sox won 6 out of 10. So it's a 3-horse race. Now we're talking wild cards, obviously, this time of the season.
Right.
Blue Jays, they're playing the Cubs, which, as I said yesterday, maybe. See, last weekend it was Toronto and the Dodgers. And so now it's Toronto and the Cubs, maybe a World Series preview. You think that's a possibility?
It could be. It could be.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, either one of those could be. I mean, you know, neither team's playing extremely well, Cubs or the Dodgers right now, but it could be. I mean, because they've both been really, really good this year.
And the Blue Jays are playing well.
The Blue Jays are playing well.
They're 20 over, 70-50.
Yeah, best record in the American League. Yeah, the Brewers are better, but they're the best record in the American League.
So you go to the Central, and you see that the Tigers, lost it. Let's go back.
Yeah, Tigers are 69-52.
There we go. Tigers they're 5.5 better. At one point, not that long ago, before the All-Star break, they had a double-digit lead.
They did.
It keeps shrinking down to 5.5. The Guardians are coming. The Royals are not that far behind, but certainly the Guardians are making a case here, and so they have won 8 out of 10. Have the Guardians. And the Tigers in the last 10 games are a flat 5-5. So what's the Guardians doing right? What's the Tigers not doing right?
So the Guardians, if you look at that 8 out of 10, before that last 10 games, they were right at 500. So was every other team in that division except the Tigers. They were all under 500 except the Tigers just about 2 weeks ago. And the Guardians have just cranked it up. And I mean, the Guardians actually, they almost looked like sellers at the trade deadline. You know, they didn't do anything to help themselves much at all. But traded Shane Bieber. Of course, he's been hurt and hasn't pitched all year. But, you know, they've got a couple guys that are suspended right now because of some gambling issues. But it doesn't seem to hurt them at all. Jose Ramirez is definitely the leader of that team, and he is on fire. So.
Hang on there. Put your cell phone number down there, please. I got a pen. There you go. I'm doing business.
All right.
But anyway, your point was well taken. It always is. So you look at the Tigers and the Guardians as a two-horse race.
Mm-hmm.
Then you look over here in the West. The
Yeah.
Mariners have caught the
Lost
Astros.
9-1 over the last 10 games. Eugenio Suarez, I will tell you, that was a big pickup for the Mariners. Huge pickup for the Mariners.
Oh, absolutely. So
I mean, they've won 8 in a row. You put him in the middle of any lineup, the way he's hit the ball this year,
yeah,
he's going to be an improvement.
and he is an improvement. And the Mariners are an improvement. What you got any stats? What they've done since the All-Star break since he came over to the trade deadline?
I haven't looked at that to see what it was, but they have gotten a lot better. I know their record is much better than they were before. So, because they are now 14 games over 500,
Yeah.
and it wasn't too long ago that they were 5 or 6 games over 500.
Mhm.
Well, I mean they've won 9. They've won 8 in a row, so of course that's enough to put them up there for that.
67 and 53, they both are. They're dead even.
Yeah.
The Rangers are 6.5 back. Now, at the show yesterday, ironically enough, Evan Carter's mother-in-law, Sandy, came in to get a sandwich at Port Travis.
Okay.
And I asked her about him, and because yesterday he was supposed to come off the DL, and or IL now they call it, but I used to call it disabled list. Now it's injured list. They've got politically correct. You're not disabled, you're injured. If you ain't playing, you ain't playing.
So what do they call it if you have like a hernia surgery or something? Because that's not really injured. That's,
No, you're disabled. You can't play. So I still got.
get injured.
I'm old school. I still say DL. I'm going to say what I want to say, and so I don't take orders very well. So anyway, DL. Be that as it may, she said he was doing a rehab game last night in Frisco, AAA team, trying to get back and get back in the groove. And the Rangers. That's what they've done. They've struggled when they hadn't been there. They've lost 6 out of 10. They're 6.5 back, so it's a 3-horse race there.
Yeah, wild card is 3.5 out, so they've got a fighting chance there. I mean, it's not over by any means.
Wild card right now will be the Astros, the Red Sox, and the Yankees, with the Guardians game out, and the Rangers in striking distance. You got to look at the Royals too; they're 4 games out, so I guess they got a shot too.
Yeah, they do.
The Angels are 6 out for a wild card. Of course, I'm partial. Let's see Mike Trout and those guys get in.
I know. I'd love to see that too. They got to get to 500. There's still 4 games under 500. Get to 500. If you're at 500, you've got a fighting chance. I mean, you really do.
Absolutely. In the National League, the Phillies 69 and 50. They lead the Mets by 5 games. The Phillies again aren't going away. They have won 7 out of 10. The Mets have lost 8 out of 10. They're struggling.
Mets are struggling.
So the Phillies, again, we talk about the Dodgers, we talk about the Brewers, and deservedly so, but quietly, maybe not so quietly, they're the Phillies, a 5-game lead. They got a little breathing room over the Mets. What's been the difference in Philadelphia?
Man, Kyle Schwarber is just knocking the cover off the ball for
Yeah.
one thing. He has just been phenomenal for them, and he's a free agent at the end of the year, so he's making a good case.
Oh, yes.
And I'm hearing 2 things about Kyle Schwarber.
Dodgers.
I haven't heard that one, actually. What I've heard is he either wants to re-sign with the Phillies or go home, and he is from Middletown, Ohio.
Oh, be a Red. Whoa, hit that bell. That'd be good.
That would be good.
I'd
Would
get
that not
excited.
be?
I'd get excited. Schwarber be a Red.
Yeah, if the Reds would open up the checkbook and sign that one, which I don't know that they'll be able to do that, but if they would go out and sign that one, that would be huge. Because he was a Reds fan growing up, grew up just a few miles, literally. I mean, I think it's within 20 miles of the ballpark.
They can't afford not to. If he wants to be a Red, they got to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
Because that's.
And I mean, they're even saying, I even heard rumors that he'll take a discount. He'll to come home. He just likes to come home.
Clubhouse stability, leadership off the
He'd be
field.
awesome. He'd be awesome.
It's a no-brainer.
Yes, he would be awesome.
We're going to call the Reds right now because he's wearing the Reds hat. He's got more contact than I do. Reds, if Ford wants to come to Cincinnati, sign him.
Sign him. That's right.
You know who I miss? I miss Marty Brenneman.
Yeah.
I went back and listened to his CD the other night, the career highlights of Marty Brenneman, the long-time Hall of Fame announcer of the Reds. The best. I know you like the new guy, but I like Marty Brenneman.
I do like Tommy Thrall. I do like him. He's a great guy. I got to spend a little time with him, and he's a great guy. So I do like him. But, yeah, Marty was special. Have you been in the Hall of Fame in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Where you can make the call?
Make the calls?
Yeah.
In the radio booth?
And then Marty's hosting it, and he shows you how he did the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This one belongs to the Reds. I can do that in my sleep.
Yeah.
I found the other day, this is crazy. Here we go on the rabbit trail. I found the cassette broadcast when Pete Rose hit the hit.
Oh, wow.
I rolled tape, sitting there one night. Eric Schau on the Padres. And I rolled the cassette. I've got it at the house on a cassette for like a whole inning, not just the hit. It's like his first at bat, his second at bat, and Nuxall's, the late Joe Nuxall was, hey, maybe this time he'll do it. And then when they do it, and the place goes nuts, and little Pete comes out on the field.
Oh, yeah.
I got all that on cassette.
Oh, wow.
Is that not cool?
Yeah.
If he's nice to me, 133 days from now, he may get that as a Christmas gift. Or sooner. All right, in the Central, we talk about them, and we can't just say, well, they may be there. They are there, and they're not going away. The Milwaukee Brewers are 75-44, 31 games over 500. And they are, it is, and they're 7.5 better than the Cubs. Same question, what is so special about this Brewers team?
Everybody's contributing. I mean, it's like the whole team is hot. And they're not cooling off. I mean, Sal Frelick is the real deal. They're batting him leadoff now. He's hitting leadoff home runs right and left. Christian Yelich is hot. The pitching, I mean, other than Brandon Woodruff and Freddie Peralta, who's a pitcher for the Brewers.
Good day.
But they're all coming through, every one of them. They bring a guy from the minor leagues, and
he gets it done.
He'll his first game he'll hit a single and a double. You know, I mean, it's crazy. These guys are on fire. I don't know that I have seen a team get that hot twice in a season, because this is twice they've had a double-digit win streak this year, and I've seen that with other teams in the past. It's happened, but I don't know. I've seen a team this hot before in a long time. They are phenomenal. 75 wins. The Blue Jays are second in all of baseball with 70.
And they just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, they do. I mean,
and I don't know what the record is since the All-Star break, but they've kicked it up.
Yeah, well, they have. They have. Yeah, they were on pace after the All-Star break. They were on pace to go. If they had played the whole season where they would have won 122 games. Now, of course, they can't do that, but they were on pace to have done that if they had played the same throughout the whole season since they did from the All-Star game.
We're talking to this baseball, Greg Salyer, Mr. Baseball. We're live here again at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on Peoples Street, right down from Best Buy. Cubs are 7.5 out in the Central. In the West, the Dodgers and the Padres, as we said, they've caught them. They're both identically 68 and 52. The Dodgers, to prove the point, have lost 3 in a row and 6 out of 10. The Padres have won 4 in a row and 7 out of 10. You know, the guy that's really one of the glues to that team, they were kind of putting him out of trade bait, Dylan Cease, who has had 2 really strong performances since the All-Star break.
Yes.
So this is the guy they were trying to shop, and I'm sure they're all going, whew, glad we kept him.
Yeah.
Because this guy's getting it done. So, again, what's so special? What's going right with the Padres right now?
Yeah, so I think they looked at where they had deficiencies, and they got better. That's what they did at the trade deadline. I tell you what, next week I'll bring in a list of all the trades that were made, and we'll kind of go through it a little bit, and we'll see. The Padres had a lot of strengths before that, but they looked at where they thought they could improve, and they went out and did it at every position.
The wild card right now in the National League would be the Cubs, the Padres, and the Mets. Reds are 2 back. Cardinals are 4-back. That's within striking distance. I guess you can go down to the Giants at 5.5 because you've got well over a month of baseball left. So Reds, Cardinals, and even the Giants you can throw into the fray. It could be a potential wild card team. So
Cardinals are kind of, I don't know. It seems to me like they're kind of just giving up this season.
Think so?
Yeah, I think they've got a new general manager coming in at the end of the year. They know that's going to happen.
We'll shake them up.
I think they're going to have a big shake-up at the end of the year. I think they'll rebuild. I really do.
Here's who's playing where today. These are the day games. We'll give you the whole schedule. Detroit is Chicago to battle the White Sox. Washington and Kansas City. Cardinals are hosting Colorado. Pittsburgh will be in Milwaukee. Boy, Paul Skeens got lit up tonight.
He did.
I mean, they beat him like a drum.
The Brewers, I mean.
Yeah, they beat him up like a drum.
You don't see that. And the Brewers, just how the Brewers are right now. You don't want to play the Brewers.
Skeens even said, he went on his postgame and said, "Whew, they lit me up." They did
He's not used to that.
No.
Trust me.
No, he's a heck of a pitcher. So when Paul Skeens gets lit up and admits that, and the Brewers tattooed him pretty good.
Yeah.
Arizona, Texas tonight, or this afternoon. These are all day games. Padres and the Giants will go at it again today. Under the one more day game, the Reds and the Phillies tonight. You got Hunter Green against Sanchez for the Phillies in Cincinnati. That's a 5-10 start.
That's big because Hunter Green's coming back from injury list, and hey, all the Reds fans are anxious to see what he's got in the tank for the rest of the season because he has had that growing injury that has just drove him crazy for over a third of the season. So, so they're hoping that he's going to come back strong tonight, and the Reds are having to face another strong left-hander the Phillies have, and that's Christopher Sanchez. That's not a good pitching matchup for the Reds lineup.
He's the one who got robbed in the All-Star game, wasn't he?
Yeah,
An All-Star.
he was.
Everybody's mad at him.
He was.
Because he didn't get picked.
Yeah. He's 12-3 or something like that. Does it have
Yep.
a record on there?
No, but
Okay.
he's double digits. It's something like 11-4, 12-3.
Yeah, something like that.
He's strong. Seattle's at Baltimore again. The Mariners have caught the Astros in the West of the American League. Tonight are the Lights, Cleveland hosting Miami. There they are. They're chasing Detroit. The Yankees hosting Minnesota again tonight. Cubs in Toronto. And you got the Red Sox in Houston. Walker Buehler's on the mound tonight for the Bo Sox. The Braves with Carrasco on the mound against New York, against Peterson in the Big Apple, and Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight against Kyle Hendricks and the Angels in L.A. So there you go, and one more Tampa Bay in Athletics. So Ohtani, what has been his? He had to grade out his pitching so far. So-so, okay, not so good. What do you think?
Give him a B-. He's done okay. I mean, he's coming back from Tommy John, so you never know what you're going to get when that happens. And he took it out slow, and I don't think he's already all the way back to full strength yet. I think we'll see him better the more he throws. But he, I have high hopes that he's going to be back and be as good as ever. But I haven't really seen that yet. Go ahead.
Who does a little dance for the Braves and does a home run? Stops and does a little dance going around the bases. One of them does. It's like, dude, just run the bases. I don't know. My point was Ohtani just hits them. He shows no emotion.
He does. You're right.
He just hits and runs the bases.
Yeah, that's right. He does.
Gentlemen, I appreciate that. Don't just act like you've been there. You don't have to stop and do a little dance. Just run the bases.
Yeah,
you made your point. You knock the cover off the ball into the stands. Just run the bases. Don't go bananas and act goofy. Just run the bases.
Yeah.
Ohtani runs the bases.
He does.
Cal Raleigh runs the bases.
He does, yeah.
You can run a bunch of them run the bases, but for whatever reason, Ozuna, I guess that's who it is, Ozuna.
Yeah.
He has to stop and do this little herky-jerky dance. Dude, just run the bases.
And some of these guys have different things that have something they do every time.
Yeah.
Little,
just run the bases.
Yeah.
It's real basic. But I'm an old school redneck cowboy. Just run the bases. Act like you've been there.
Yeah.
Dean Smith, I read his book one time. Late Dean Smith, he said, when you slam dunk the ball, don't look up in the stands and go crazy. Just act like you've been there.
Right.
John Wooden said, you don't need to act. If we practice, if we accomplish what we do in practice, we're expecting to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know they cut down the nets every day? Did you ever heard that story? Every day in
Every
practice.
day?
Every day in practice.
Wow. I did not
They
know
get a
that.
ladder. Today's your turn. You cut the net down. Tomorrow's my turn.
Wow.
So the air of expectation, level of expectation. So when they won 10 straight national championships, they expected to. They cut down the nets every day, and so mentally they expected to win games, win championships. Act like you've been there. Is what the late John Wooden said. If you ever want to read some good books,
Yes.
read John Wooden's books. There's several of them out there.
Yeah.
They are awesome. I mean, this guy. I had a chance once to meet him, and I passed. That's my regret.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid. So
Wow. Yeah.
that was not bright. No.
So somebody gave me one of his books.
Mhm.
It's been a few years ago, 5 or 6 years ago now. And opened it up, looked in the front. It was signed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a gift.
Yes.
I've got his. Somebody gave this to me, and I had it laminated. It's his Pillars of Leadership.
Yeah.
I got him on my office wall. How to be a leader and what I mean, it's just so practical. So anyway, point to all this is he just said, act like you've been there.
Yeah.
He always called Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Lewis. Lewis, act like you've been there. Lewis Alcindor.
Yeah.
Not Lou, Lewis.
Lewis.
And he answered to that. And he said to me one time, Jabbar said, the only person that could get by and call me Lewis Alcindor was Coach Wooden. He always called him Coach. Anyway, he taught him, he just said, guys, act like you've been there.
Yeah.
Dean Smith, act like you've been there. Otani, I'm one on the rabbit trail, but Otani hits the home runs. Probably 95% of the guys, Freddie Freeman, these guys hit him. Teoscar Hernandez, watch him in the Dodgers. They just run the bases.
Yeah.
They'll high-five their teammates at home plate, which is okay. They don't stop and do a little dance. Just run the bases.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on that. I don't know. Rabbit trail.
Yeah.
Otani hits them, runs the bases.
Yeah.
Hits a lot of them.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
So tonight he's on the mound. I guess is where I'm going with all this. He's taking on the Los Angeles Angels tonight. So anything else going on?
So I want to mention a team we almost never talk about. Minnesota Twins.
Right.
They were big-time sellers at the trade deadline. Tom, they have a winning record since they made all those trades.
Have they really? So all the fans are mad at them because they dumped all the star players and they're playing better.
And they're playing better. They have a winning record since they made all those trades. I love it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
that'd be a good thing to go next week and say, okay, who was a bust and who was good?
Yeah,
on the
we'll
trade.
look at that. We'll look at that.
Do you have the strength of schedule? Can you find it out?
Yeah, I can find it. I don't know if I can find it right now, but I'll see if I can find it.
Well, while you do that, I can chit-chat. Tomorrow we're going to be in Boone, North Carolina. We're going to the Mountain Community Bank tomorrow. It's Appalachian State. We'll be over there talking to their deputy athletic director, the former voice, the Mountaineers, now the president of the Boone Chamber of Commerce, Mike Jackson. Looking forward to being with him. He still does Mountaineer games on ESPN Plus. Get a chance to be with him. He's a great guy. We've had him on the show before, back in the day. So he'll be with us. Andrew McKean will be with us tomorrow. Mountain Community Bank is it's a North Carolina version of Carter County Bank, for lack of a better term. So we'll be there tomorrow. We're traveling to Boone, North Carolina, sporting some black and gold tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
So here we go.
So here it is. This is from today. So this is not from the halfway point at the All-Star break, but this is from today. So today, starting today for the rest of the season, the team with the hardest schedule, Baltimore,
Arizona,
Cincinnati.
Okay, none of those are in the hunt, so the teams are in the hunt. San Francisco, they're on the outside looking in. The Mets, Toronto, and Milwaukee are what?
9 and 10.
7, 8, 9, 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
So the Mets, Toronto, and Milwaukee. So pull up. Can you pull up for pulling up's sake? Let's see can you see who they're playing?
Oh, who they're playing?
Yeah, let's just for kicks and giggles.
Okay.
Toronto at 70 and 50. See who they got left on their schedule, because I know they got. September's a big interdivisional month, so I'm sure we'll see the Yankees and Red Sox. And so all this sounds good on August 13th. It may go up in smoke, may evaporate rather quickly. So.
All right, let's see. The Blue Jays. All right. This is. Okay, so they're playing home against Chicago right now. Texas comes to town after that. Pittsburgh, Miami, Minnesota, then Milwaukee to end out the month of August. They go to Cincinnati and Yankee Stadium.
This is Toronto.
This is Toronto. Then they have Houston.
All right, go back up to the end of August. You have who the rest of August?
Okay, so the rest of August, they finish out this series with Chicago at home. Texas comes.
Okay.
Then they go to Pittsburgh and Miami.
Nah.
And then Minnesota comes.
No.
Then Milwaukee comes.
Big.
Toronto. So that's big.
Big. Could be a World Series preview.
Yep. Then they go to Cincinnati and Yankee Stadium after that. Then Houston and Baltimore come to Toronto. Then they play Tampa Bay for 4 games, Kansas City for 3. Go back home and finish the season with 3 against Boston and 3 against Tampa Bay.
There you go. So if Joey Cora wants to make a splash for this Red Sox baseball team, he's got to sit in front of him.
He does.
So, but again, as we said, in September, all the teams go back and play from more interdivisional play.
Yes.
Which is awesome. That's good with the pennant races. I would think Rob Manfred right now is slobbered all over himself.
Oh, yeah. Because, they will play the Yankees, Baltimore, Tampa Bay 2 series, and Boston. So they play every other team in their division in the month of September.
So you look at the pennant races, American League, Toronto is being chased by the Red Sox and the Yankees. In the Central, Detroit's lead is evaporated. All of a sudden, you've got Cleveland there. That's got to be good for ratings.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, in the West, Houston and Seattle are tied with the Rangers on the outside looking in. In the National League, the Phillies and the Mets. Phillies are the story there. Mets are still making some noise.
Yeah, Mets can do it. They just got to start playing again. They're not playing right now.
The Brewers and the Cubs in the Central. Brewers, they're kind of like the Cinderella story of the season right now. And in the West, the Padres and the Dodgers are dead even, and the Giants are kind of breathing down their necks. So I would think our commissioner of baseball, Mr. Manfred, would just be gaga right now.
You would think.
All the pennant races.
Yeah,
so,
you would think.
Yep. All right. Anything else? Come back next week, ain't you?
Yeah, I'll be back next week.
Are you hungry?
I'm hungry today.
Yeah.
I'm on a steroid right now.
There you go.
Taking prednisone right now.
Oh, are you really?
I had a little gout flare up this weekend.
Oh.
So I had to go to urgent care and get some medicine.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I did. I tell you, if you've never had that, you don't want it.
You don't want it?
No, it's nothing to laugh about. I just woke up and felt like my big toe was broken. I mean, it was fine when I went to bed, but then the next day it was even worse. And the first time I had it, I didn't know what I had. So this was my second time having it. First time I had it, I went like 4 days. I couldn't walk. I mean, I was literally having to hold things to walk. I couldn't walk. And so I went early this time because I said, I'm not letting this get out of control. I recognized what it was. And so, they gave me 2 shots. And they said, this one shot is a miracle drug. It will, and I'm not kidding. I went Sunday afternoon after church, and by Sunday night, I could tell a difference.
Wow.
It was amazing. But I'm taking a steroid, so I am always hungry right now.
There's paneling over. You eat the paneling. There's some light fixtures and whatever you need to get to fill up your belly, because he's got that glazed eye look. So okay, let him go eat.
Yeah. They gave me a shot of a steroid, then they gave me pills.
Oh, you're a double
I need to go to the gym.
Nice. He may run home. There you go. We'll take a break. We'll take a story coming up. The gambling in college sports about to rear its ugly head. Now, this guy's blown it all, but I don't think, the old adage where there's smoke, there's fire. There's more to this he's letting on. We'll talk about it next. One of the high-profile quarterbacks in college football accused of gambling on games that he was involved in.
Is that a surprise to anybody?
No, it's just a matter of when. You know that's going on. All this money floating around in college sports. Are you kidding me? You come up to somebody, lay an envelope here and say, hey, man, don't tell me it doesn't happen, because I saw it firsthand way back in the day, back in the 80s. I saw it happen. I'm not going to say where or when. I saw it happen with my own eyes. An envelope of money said, if you just happen to fall down, it'd be great. If you happen not to do this, not to do that, in the course of the game, it'd be great. And here's our appreciation report. I went, holy smokes. There you go.
Do you remember, was it in the 90s maybe? It might have been in the 80s then, when San Diego State's basketball team had a big gambling scandal. Do you remember that?
I do remember that,
I watched a documentary about that, and it was crazy.
Oh, yes. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
So,
throwing games.
if we think we're living in Cinderella world that it doesn't happen, we're wrong. It's happening. And here's a guy that's got caught, but he's blown it off. We'll talk about it. Yeah, it's pouring down the rain here right now.
Yeah.
And we need the rain. I don't know if we need like this. It's been dry, but anyway, the sun will be back out soon enough, and we'll keep on trucking. See you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you as always. Get that gal under control, and we'll take a break and talk college sports next on the Tom Daly Sports Show.
And again, with Double C Western Supply, a lot of Western stores out there. What do you feel like separates Double C from all the other competition?
I feel like there's a lot of things that separate us. Our customer service, I feel like we help our customers very well. I feel like we're very friendly, and at least we try to be. We strive to be a friendly, family-based business. I also feel like our prices are very good. I feel like we try to keep our prices and our merchandise to a point that the whole family can shop here. And I mean, some things do have to be a little more expensive just because of the nature, but I feel like we try to keep our prices down low enough. And we're always just striving to get the next newest merchandise, the best merchandise that we can for them, and we just try our best to do the best we can all the time. So I feel like, mainly that our customer service and our prices kind of differentiate us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Double C Western Supply on Railroad Street in Elizabeth. And again, social media, they're there, and also the website, doublecwestern.com. So, proud sponsor of the show, Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Miss Diane and the great folks at Double C Western Supply in Elizabeth. And be loyal, buy local, buy it in Betsy. Amazon doesn't sponsor your ball teams, but Double C Western Supply does. Why Daniel Grindstaff?
Well, we are local. It's just like Cannon's Furniture here. You've got a local place of business right in the middle of town. You got a local point of contact. We have local adjusters that's out in the counties, and you can pick up the phone if you've got an issue with something. We try to help folks resolve it, and we are based in the state of Tennessee. We are Tennessee specific. We've got a $30 annual membership that goes to agriculture in Tennessee. It supports kids wanting to go to 4-H camp. We do a local scholarship for all the area high schools for kids that's been involved in agriculture that's going to go and get education past high school. And all that stuff plays a part into supporting the state where you live. We are state specific. Now, there's North Carolina Farm Bureau. That is separate from us. Kentucky Farm Bureau, we are state specific in the state of Tennessee. And, but that is, in my opinion, that's the biggest thing. You've got a point of contact.
How do we get a hold of you? Social media and a
sir.
phone number.
Yeah, so I've got an agent page, Daniel Grindstaff Farm Bureau. We've got an office page, Elizabethan Farm Bureau, 423-543-2288. And I would like to add that we did get voted as best insurance firm, and thank the people that voted for us doing that. And somehow I wound up getting the agent category, which I greatly, greatly appreciate. It means a lot to me when folks, feel inclined to do that, especially for our office.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Daniel Grindstaff here, the Farm Bureau, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Daniel Grindstaff at Elizabethan Farm Bureau.
And back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show, pouring down the rain here in Johnson City. So if you're out and about, be careful, drive safely. I know a lot of times people, I've seen it, they speed up like it's dry pavement, which is really stupid, to say the least. I guess I'm supposed to say stupid, but it's stupid to speed up on wet pavement. It's called hydroplaning. With all the rain we've had, it's certainly a viable possibility. So drive carefully, please, round about. All right, again, we'll be there tomorrow. It's David Jackson. I said Keith Jackson, which is wrong. It's David Jackson. Keith Jackson's the TV announcer. David Jackson, the former voice of the Mountaineers, will be there tomorrow. He is the current president of the CEO of the Boone Chamber of Commerce, former voice of the Mountaineers. He'll be on the show tomorrow. He presently calls some games on ESPN Plus for the Mountaineers. Jonathan Reeder, the Deputy Athletic Director of Appalachian State Sports, will be there tomorrow. That's cool. We're talking about App State football and Appalachian State. Andrew McKeon will be there. We'll be at Mountain Community Bank tomorrow in Boone, North Carolina. Looking forward to being over there and hanging out in the land of the Mountaineers, the black and gold. And then we will be at Elizabethton Golf Course on Friday to wrap up the week. Brought to you by Food City and Carter County Bank. We'll be there with the United Way Golf Tournament. We all do that once a year, donate our time to promote the nonprofits in the region under the umbrella United Way. So we'll be there on Friday. All right, so John Mateer, the Oklahoma starting quarterback for the Sooners, after screenshots of past references to sports gambling on his Venmo account, surfaced online Monday, denied ever being involved in gambling, saying it was an inside joke with his friends. Now he's got screenshots. Hello, Angel Foskey. Opens that right. Foskey, Foskey. That's a new name. Thank you. George Young. Hello, sir. Thank you for watching. Now you got screenshots of past references to sports gambling on his Venmo account. Just inside joke with my buddies. School officials became aware of the screenshots late Monday night, looking into the situation. We'll see how far it goes. He says allegations that I once participated in sports gambling are false. My previous Venmo account descriptions does not accurately portray the transactions in question, but were inside jokes between me and my friends. We'll see. Innocent until proven guilty in this country, certainly, but we'll see. Screenshots posted online Monday night showed Mateer allegedly twice included sports gambling in memos for transaction when he was a freshman back in 2022 at Washington State. Both transactions were allegedly made to a Venmo account for Richard Roten, believed to be a teammate at Washington State at the time. Of course, college athletes are prohibited from betting on any sport offered by the NCAA. Penalties up to loss of eligibility. So they're looking into this. He's the starting quarterback for Oklahoma's football team. I'm going to guess won't go far for that very reason, but we'll see. It's amazing how things get cleaned up and swept under the carpet from time to time. All schools, not just Oklahoma, when the star players get in trouble. But we'll see. I could be wrong. But anyway, that's what's going on. He denies it, but there's two screenshots on his Venmo account for transactions. Now, this is not just hanging out with my buddies. It's an inside joke. It's no big deal. They have screenshots of transactions in memos for transactions on November 20th of 2022. He even got down to the day while he was a freshman at Washington State. The transactions, no, just my friends, just my buddies. Inside joke. No big deal. It's going on with the season. Both transactions were allegedly made to a Venmo account for Richard Roten, believed to be at that point a teammate at Washington State for John Mateer. Brent Venables does not need this, I can tell you that right now. He's kind of under the gun at Oklahoma. So Venables, who came over from Clemson, not setting the woods on fire based on what the Sooner fan base is wanting and expecting, so he doesn't need his right now, I can tell you. But I think it's more, again, in this country, you are innocent until proven guilty. But when you have screenshots of transactions to the person, it's not just, well, it's an anonymous person. We got the guy's name. And the memo transactions of sports gambling, there's probably more to it than just, what was it? Inside jokes with my friends. Okay. Innocent until proven guilty, but do I have stupid written across my forehead here? I think there's probably more to that. All right, Major League Baseball. Before we get out of here, Major League Baseball schedule for today. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 day games starting at 2:10. Detroit and Chicago to battle the White Sox. Washington and Kansas City. Milwaukee, the hottest team in baseball, hosting with Woodruff on the mound, who's 4-0. 2:10 first pitch against the Pirates in Milwaukee. Colorado and the Cardinals in St. Louis. The Rangers with Arizona in town at 2:35 today. San Diego and San Francisco. The Reds hosting the Phillies tonight. 100 rain against Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez, who got snubbed of the All-Star team. They're still sour about that in Philly. Under the lights tonight, Seattle, Baltimore, Miami, and Cleveland. The Yankees hosting Minnesota. As Greg said, Minnesota, after unloading their players, have played better when they had a fire sale to the people left behind. The Cubs in Toronto again tonight in Toronto. The Red Sox in Houston. Walker Buehler on the mound for the Red Sox tonight. Atlanta, New York, you've got Carlos Carrasco tonight on the mound for the Atlanta Braves in New York against Peterson. The Dodgers and the Angels, Ohtani on the mound for L.A. Dodgers. They're the road team tonight in L.A. against Kyle Hendricks and the Angels. And Tampa Bay and the Athletics. That's your Major League Baseball schedule for today on this Wednesday, August the 13th. Let's run them down for you again. You see the countdown. 9 days, 2 hours and 40 minutes to high school football. Next Friday night, it's game night. We will be with you on Friday night, some way, shape, or form. We'll stream a little bit of it, I think. It's the final tune-up. Union, Virginia will be in town on Friday night of this week. And a week from Friday night, we'll get it all started. Eddie Pless and yours truly bringing it to you, and Isaac Fletcher on stats. We'll do it from Kermit Tipton Stadium in Johnson City, right over the hill from where we are. Cyclone Football 2025, opening things up at Science Hill, the 101st meeting between the two. So other games next Friday night on opening night, Cloudland and Midway. Dobbins plays at Knox Central, Sullivan East at Johnson County, Conn County at Gem County. Cloudland at Midway, Greenville at Morristown West, West Green will be at Cosby, North Green the Huskies play at Chucky Doak, and the biggie is Maryville at Alcoa. Other games next Friday night, Morristown East at South Green, Happy Valley, the Warriors go up the creek and play Unaka at Unaka. Crockett will travel to Unicoi County, Daniel Boone will be a volunteer, and Tennessee I, the Vikings, our second week opponent, will be on the road week number 1 at Westridge. We'll go back home to week number 2 to entertain the Elizabethton Cyclones on the second game of the season. And, of course, our games, we said, Elizabethton at Science Hill. Get that one going next Friday night, a little bit before 7, the pregame show, brought to you by Phil's Dream Pit. We're excited about that, too. Got new sponsors coming on board. We're excited. All right, that's going to do it from here. We are wrapping up the show. We're going to do it, close with the verse today. We always dedicate our show to the man hung on the cross. Today, certainly no different, of course. Let's do that right now. And let's see where we are. It is, there it is right there. Here it is. Psalms 143:8 says, this is our verse today. We always dedicate our show to the man hung on the cross. Psalms 143:8 says, let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I lift up my soul. Psalms 143:8 is the verse of the day. Then I added, thank you, Lord Jesus, for your unconditional love for us. You showed us that by dying on the cross for us, paying for our sins that we should have paid for. You paid for them with your shed blood on the cross. And thank you. Get the bell over, getting ready to ring it. And thank you that we can trust you to guide us day by day, because you know what's best for each of us. How about that? That's pretty good. He knows exactly what's best for me, what's best for you. And he went up on the cross as substitutionary sins for us, paid for it, took what we should have taken. So, yes, thank you, Lord, for taking care of us and wanting to guide us and direct us. You know what's best for each of us. What's good for me ain't good for you, and vice versa. Big thanks today to Greg Sauer, Mr. Baseball, Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News, Stephen Harden, head basketball coach at University of Iowa, the boys coach. Appreciate these gentlemen very much being with us on the show here at Chick-fil-A. Tomorrow, again, Boone, North Carolina, David Jackson will have him on. the voice of the Appalachian State Mountaineers back in the day. He's now the CEO and president of the Boone, North Carolina Chamber of Commerce, and also Doug Reiner, the deputy athletic director of Appalachian State, is going to be on the show. Look forward to that, along with Andrew McKeon. We'll be in Boone, North Carolina tomorrow. The Mountain Community Bank, new bank opening up in Boone, in the land of the Mountaineers. Love going to Boone. It's a cool town. College town, of course. And Friday, we'll wrap up the week. We'll be at Elizabethton Golf Course, the United Way Golf Tournament, brought to you by Carter County Bank, of course, our buddies at Food City. So we'll take care of that then. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Back at it tomorrow from Boone, North Carolina. Until then, we'll say, if you don't have a church home, we'd love to see you visit tonight at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. Master Club for the kids starts back in the Bobby Stout Life Center at 7 o'clock. And prayer service and the challenge that he gives us each week, Pastor Fowler, starts at 7 o'clock in the sanctuary on Watauga Road, Pleasant Beach Baptist Church in Elizabeth. Love to have you. If you don't have a church home, come on over and visit with us. A lot of people are doing it. A lot of people are joining. Appreciate that. Back with you tomorrow from Mountain Community Bank in Boone, North Carolina. Until then, we'll say, as always, bloom where you planted and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2,340 today from Chick-fil-A, People Street in Johnson City, right down from